So today is 19 years since Will and I met, and Will is here. Say hi, Teddy.
Hi, how's it going?
Babe, I love having you here, and I feel like so many women always tell me
I
that they
love
love.
your new studio, actually.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we just moved to Madrid, so we're here in Madrid, and I'm just like loving that you're here, Teddy, because we get to talk and give some gold today. One of the things that has come up actually for one of my clients today, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect timing, so we can talk about it. She was like, oh, she went out to a party, met people, her friends were there, and then new people. And she's like, oh my gosh, we really connected. We were talking for a long time, like an hour, they were talking. Um, and then they had like a really awesome conversation about faith and all these other beautiful things and things that matter, deep conversations, right? And then she left, and they had a hug, but and then that's it. And like she hasn't heard from him, he hasn't heard from her. And I was like, oh, did you ask about, is he single? Is he looking for love or anything like that? Or and no, not at all. And I'm like, wait,
What did you talk about for an hour?
no, exactly. And she goes like, well, I wasn't expecting to meet anybody. I was just going to like a party and like that's it. Uh,
That's when it'll hit you when you least expect it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I actually, right? It's exactly what
Yeah,
happened. The night that Will and I met, I wasn't expecting it. And I feel like
I
this,
wasn't looking for love.
I wasn't looking either. Like, I feel like, but I did feel like I was very intentional. Right before the night I met Will, I was a little dating ninja. And I was like, I am not going to just have conversations with people without asking questions and seeing what their intentions are. Like I started to just assume that like, oh, when guys are talking to me, it's not like they're just like, oh, how's the weather? And they're just eating shit. Like most of the time people are talking wondering, oh my gosh, are they available? Do you want to date? Do you want to hook up or something like that? And so, guess what happened with this girl? And she's like, he never asked me for my number. They never asked for anything. She doesn't know if he's single.
Was
She
this
doesn't know.
person a friend of her friends? Like,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
So she can't get in contact with him.
So somehow she did find him. I said to her, just send him a message, something like that. And just to be a little bit clear, she sent a message. He never replied back. So I was like, oh, it makes it seem like, okay, maybe he just wasn't available. Maybe he's in a relationship. Maybe nobody knows all these questions, like untold. And then what's even crazier is that the mutual friend that they have then also said, oh, yeah, reach out to her and said, let's get together for coffee this weekend. And he's in a relationship. So either way, we'll find out what's going on. But look at how the investigation has to happen. Like the point is, it could be so much simpler, right? Like
Of course.
she could have just said, what do you think she could have said, babe? Like meeting this guy, you guys are vibing, you
Right,
guys are
you're
having a
you're
good.
making good conversation. She could have asked, "Oh, are you here with somebody, or do you have a partner? Do you?"
That's what I told her. I said, literally what I said. I said, when you're talking to somebody, you say, "Oh my God, are you here alone? Are you here with your family, or your partner, or girlfriend, or whatever?" Oh no, I'm single or whatever.
Right.
It's not coming on too strong. And that's what I said to Will. The night I met you 19 years ago today, I said to you, and you and your whistle, that's a half-ass whistle, babe. That's like the worst. I
Trying
can't.
to be quiet on the podcast.
I can't. Okay,
There we go.
there you go. You probably can't hear it. It's okay. When I met you, Teddy, I remember asking you, "Oh, are you here alone, girlfriend?" And you're like, "No, I'm just here with all these people, random, whatever,
Yeah.
friends or whatever else." And I felt like we started talking. I was like, "Okay, did you go to school?" Like I was like, because I had gone with guys that were like,
Dropouts, losers.
yeah, losers, and guys that would like sleep on sofas. And you said that you had your own
I
apartment.
I actually had my MIT ring on.
You did, and I was like, no, you didn't go to MIT. I'm like, no way. And you're like, yeah, this is a beaver. I'm like, ew. Are you being like weird and perverted? And you're like, no, that's our mascot. This is so cute, Teddy. So the point is, I think the biggest takeaway for this episode, Teddy, is that the night I met you, I wasn't looking. The night that you
But
met
you
me,
you knew what to ask and how to have a conversation because you were intentional just in general. You weren't like looking for a long-term relationship at that bar lounge that particular night, but you knew you had your skills honed and you knew what
Well,
you were doing.
well, I had
I had no idea what I was doing
well, yeah, but
or
the
what I was
thing is
looking
that like
for.
right before that night, I had, a few months prior, I had an awful breakup, and I was like reflecting after that breakup. I'm like, wait, here we are again, like breaking up, like a year later with a guy, breakup, year and a half. And I realized, wait, something's going on with me. Like, what am I doing? So I stopped. I reflected. My degrees in psychology. I was like very like I love just being aware of like why am I doing the things I'm doing? Why is this happening? And I realized, oh my gosh, I am just going with the flow. Like that's the fucking problem. I'm like I need to stop going with the flow. I want to be really like intentional and ask questions. Like I never asked questions. I was always like, going, oh my god, he likes me, and I get excited, and I don't want to rock the boat, so I never ask questions. I really never did. And a lot of people don't ask questions. They don't. Like they just
Or they ask superficial questions.
superficial. Like they stay on the
Yeah.
surface. Like it's not scary like that. So you remember our first official, like even when I first met you that night, when I was asking you like where you live and things like that, how did you feel getting asked questions like that and about who you were with?
I felt comfortable. Felt good. Felt like a normal, flowing adult conversation.
Adults. We're adulting. Yeah, I know. No, but like when I'm actually really curious about this. Like before you met me and you would meet somebody, like a girl, would you guys talk about the similar things or is it different?
You would try. I mean, there was so many times that you try to have a conversation and it just falls flat. There's no, easy back and forth conversation. There's, you're both talking at the same time, or you're asking questions that are like, I don't know, like, or one word answer, and then it's just, there's no good flow
Like
of
no, and maybe
conversation.
no, like not that much depth. Is that it?
Right. Yeah. And you can't get, deep in conversation without like, starting with small questions and then going, to the next level. But
Probing.
yeah,
You
but you
guys,
can't get
yeah.
there if it's, I guess a lack of chemistry or vibration. You're not vibrating on the same
I
level.
love that you're using those words, you guys.
I'm speaking your language.
This is what I love speaking like this because, I know it sounds like woo woo and stuff, but I truly was on a high vibe the night I met you. Like, I felt really worthy. I felt really clear. Right before I met you that night, some other guy, a friend who I kind of dated, he asked me to dance. I was like, nope, because I was like, I've tried to date him. We're not aligned. We're not on the same page. I walked away. Like, I was just very confident. I was very secure. I wasn't desperate. I wasn't needing anybody. Like, that was the energy. That was such a
Yeah, and I was the
powerful.
same way. I was very confident and wasn't looking for anything, but at the same time, I knew, what I wanted for my future. So I was very open to meeting someone for a long term relationship. I just wasn't out there looking for I was just out having a good time with some friends.
Yes.
But being open for that and allowing that to enter my life was important.
Yeah, and that's actually so important that you said that because even though you weren't looking, you had this vision and like dream for yourself of
Yeah.
like, one day I'm going to get married, right? One day I am going to have kids,
Yeah.
right? Those are things that you had already decided, right?
Yes.
See, this is where I feel like don't be scared to ask those kind of questions when you're meeting people because like a guy that has his shit together and he knows what he wants, he already knows, oh yeah, like that's for sure in my vision, like in my dream or whatever. And I did ask you that on our first date when you officially went on the first date. Oh, by the way, we have to throw this in. On when I first met you that night, September 1st, 2006, you guys, 19 years ago, it's crazy. You did try to kiss me.
Hell yeah.
No, no, it's awful. So I just feel like that was a
And you didn't kiss me.
I didn't, and that was so different from what I did before. And I think this is what I think that you have to hear, as you're listening to this, and this is landing and resonating. Hopefully, your biggest takeaway: don't do the same shit you keep doing because you're gonna keep getting the same results. Like I was like, oh, he wants to kiss me. Normally I would, but this time I was like, no. Like I'm not. Like I don't even know who this guy is. Who the fuck is this guy? So I didn't. I gave you my cheek. That's right. And did you think? What did you think of that?
I was like, okay, all right, I see how it is.
Did you feel like rejected, or you were just
No,
like,
no, I did feel like I was like, oh, okay, maybe there's something there, and she's a little shy. Maybe it was a little confusing.
a little it's so funny. You wouldn't be like, oh, she has, well, don't you feel like you have respect for that, like someone who doesn't rush into it, or do you not think like that?
I didn't think that at the time.
Yeah, I know you used the word prude. You thought I was prude, or a
Maybe
prude, or whatever. No, and that,
prudish.
but at the end of the day, you respected it because you
Yeah,
called me and we
of
still went on a
course.
date, right? So this is the point. If the guy, like, he tries to kiss you and you're not feeling it, you just met them and you don't owe him anything, and then he doesn't call you afterwards, then screw him.
Yeah,
Like,
throw
that's,
him a cheek at least. Come on.
oh, I did it. Yeah, no, that was fun. As long as you're vibing, we were having a great time
Yeah.
talking and dancing. It was really nice. I like this. I feel like we covered some good things that everyone can keep in mind. As let me just refresh. As you guys are living your life, you don't need to look for your person. It's not about that, but it's about make sure you have the space to receive. So if someone's in your space that is an ex, someone that you know isn't aligned to, or whoever else, move them out of the way. Like, do not just stay in conversation with people to be polite. Don't talk endlessly with people without asking questions like, oh, who are you here with? Ask questions. Be curious.
Right,
Be
because the right person might not want to even approach you if you're wasting time with not the right people.
exactly. The night that you approached me, if I had said yes to that first guy that asked me to dance, would you have approached me?
No, I wouldn't have barged in on that.
100%. Like a really good guy who's not a douchebag, he's not going to be like, hey, you want to dance with me? He's not going to do that. So I think that these are things that you got to just take, not like, oh, even if you're thinking, I'm not dating right now. No, it's like, I wasn't dating. I was living my life being really present and intentional. That's where I want you to be. This is the gold, I think. Right, Teddy?
That's the gold.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
Anything else, Teddy? Did I miss anything about our first meet 19 years ago today?
No, happy anniversary.
You're so on the cheek, you guys. He kissed me on the cheek. You're so cute. Let's do a makeout. Let's try. Thanks for listening, you guys. Remember, it has to be crazy love or nothing.